Hey metalheads, and welcome to another band review here on MetalAcademix.
This time we're going to be listening to Moonsorrow.
Moonsorrow sounds quite dreary, just as the name. Is this some form of death metal band?
Yeah, it's a sort of melodic, pagan, black death, folk, however you want to put it, Finnish metal.
Oh, Finnish. It probably is enough to say Finnish to convey a lot of these feelings.
It's about, I would say, it's on the perimeter of how black death metal I go. Normally. So we had Encifrum recently, a Finnish band that's still well within the bounds of...
Maybe folkish.
Yeah. And then this is really pushing it deep into my limits as a metal listener of sort of death
Does
metal.
it involve growls?
It involves only growls, but as ever...
Michael involves growls! Please, all listeners of the channel, give Michael a hand of support!
Yes, but again, it's... Because they're Finnish, you don't know whether they're really talking normally or if it's growling, which is something that is difficult to parse with the Finns. But when it comes to growling, I always give the Finns a pass.
So this is what we're in for.
Because we're here in the depths of winter, which is great black metal territory.
We're definitely in the depths of winter. I don't think the solstice has happened yet. So we feel it deep in our souls.
And this is, so this band is one that is, in a sense, it puts you in a zone, right? It puts you in a sort of trance area. And so it's really difficult because they sing basically only in Finnish. So it's really hard to pronounce any of these things. I will say that I'm going to cheat a little bit in our 3-song scenario.
In which way?
In the way that the first 2 songs I'm going to pick are from the same album. But I'm also going to play, and it's the second song and the third song.
Okay.
So they come in order, but then I'm also going to play the sort of intro song to the second song, which means we're going to hear basically the first 3 songs off of this album, which
means you really love this album.
I do love this album.
Which one is it?
From 2008, called Voimasta ja Kunniasta, whatever that means. And I really don't know too much about what it's about, but I love it. It's really, you have like melodic, very folk-inspired instrumentals with the sort of, growling / Finnish everyday talking vocals. And so the first song I'm going to play is called Sankarihauta, which,
please note.
which the more sort of well-known song off this album is Sankaratiri Rina. Very close in terms of the spelling. And it's also an awesome song, but it's just a bit too long for the channel. It's like 14 minutes.
My goodness.
Their songs can easily go into 16, 20 minutes. So
I relate to that genre.
Exactly.
Let's say. And I actually very much enjoy it, especially for winter time. I hope you guys, listeners of this channel, also will pick on, if it's winter in your time zone or your hemisphere, I think you will really enjoy this.
So just a little bit of background to preface. The lead singer, Henry Sorvali, I think I read an interview with him at some point, who was saying that the music is sort of designed to be difficult to listen to. And I agree with that, 100%. But what I like about this band is that really the good parts sort of come in the middle. So you have to sort of crack the perimeter to get into the really melodic parts that come later in the song. So it's almost like if you were just to, click start, you'd be like, what is this? And you'd skip it, but
hang in there.
Stick with it. And so this song, which again, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, Sankarihauta, I put the Finnish lyrics, later we'll have the lyrics translated for a different song. But in this one, the lyrics appear to me anyways, to be about some warrior of sorts who comes home and sees his village slaughtered. Again, I'm not 100% sure about this, but then he takes revenge. What was the line that we were just looking at that was awesome?
I think it was the end.
Towards the end, there was something. Grace was met only with an axe on his neck. I like that. I'm not even going to try to do it in Finnish, but that's the kind of lyrics we're going to get from this song.
I love the Finnish language, by the way. Obviously, I understand very
Bless
little
them
of it.
with your anger. That's the kind of stuff we're going to get. But first, we're going to have the intro, which is about 2 minutes, and then we'll move into a little
Straight
bit
into.
of live footage. So it's going to be a little bit slow in the beginning, but that gets you in
In the mood.
the mood, as they say in the Finnish melodic death metal version of it. So let's hear the check it every time. Sankarihauta, the second song off of Voimasta ja
Kunniasta.
Kunniasta. You can hear the wind.
I know, I love it.
So I understand it's not everyone's cup of tea. I get that.
No, I think I actually, again, maybe because it's winter, maybe because it's dark, maybe because I enjoy this kind of forever songs. It just sinks you in it.
Yeah,
right?
I think there's, okay, and I also acknowledge that like, it was really hard to edit that video. I know it did not, it did not match up. The studio and the way they play it live just doesn't work. But the thing about Moonsorrow is that they give you something to latch on to in the songs. Like there's a constant melody that runs through, and then it switches, but it's kind of always there, then it comes back. So for me, there's that like great instrumental melody that you have the screams that accentuate at certain points, but they also signal transitions. We'll see some more of that. This is just one example. I love it. I love it. I can really, get into it because, in a sense, I know what's coming. And I think if you're a first-time listener, it's really hard to appreciate this band because, maybe.
I think it follows certain tropes, but it is that sink your whole self into it and just follow the path, basically.
But you're led along very well.
Yeah.
I think that's something that a lot of death metal bands, it's like the point is disruption, right? Whereas here it's the melodic aspect
disruption
really
with
comes
some guidance.
with some guidance. I think the guidance here is particularly well, and I love the screams. I didn't mention that before. I love the scream, the primal scream. Wah! So good.
It was a very good intro and song.
Yes.
Definitely.
So now we're actually going to go to the next song on that album, which is called Kylän Päässä, which according to, we'll hear it a little bit in this footage from a different live concert. Apparently that's the town they come from, if I don't have that mistaken. I think he says that. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I have no idea what they say. But I love this because there's...
let us know in the comments.
if I'm wrong, please let me know. There is some sword swishing and armor clashing, sort of kind of Manowar style.
That's
and this is really great because there's this. I don't know what this is called. I would really love if there's a Finnish person out there that can tell me what this instrument is, and it's also very.
Which instrument?
Wow, 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 wow. This wow, wow, wow song. Sound. Sorry, we'll hear it. It's like a Finnish folk instrument, I think, or
maybe
in a lot
we
of
see it, we
Finnish
can get
folk
some
metal.
clues.
You know what I'm talking about? Wow, wow, wow. We'll hear it. Yeah, you'll hear it off the bat.
I have an idea, but I want to see it before I actually utter the words.
Again, this is a song
in
that
Swedish.
really, you got to listen. Once it gets about halfway in, then you really get the melodic, like jewel of the song. But you have to listen to the other stuff to get to it.
I'm very curious to find out.
Kylän Päässä.
Kylän Päässä from the same album.
From the same album. Again, sort of running through the
It's a
album.
good album. Pakanajuhla.
Here it is.
Heathen Crusade Metal Fest.
Yes.
Thank you. We're Moonsorrow, and we come from Kylän Päässä.
The sword.
Thank you so very fucking much.
It's intense. It's intense. I love it though. I love it.
Yeah, one has to like breathe in, breathe out moment. It's like jumping, even if we don't jump because of the nature of the recording, but it feels like we have like jumped up and down for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but I don't know. I love those screams because it in a sense it there's a lot going on in the song. It's a long song, but the screams like kind of focus you back to some key point before something changes. And I love those screams. Wow.
Yeah. Very, again, I think you said it already, primordial.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it's...
very folksy and definitely reminds one of Ensiferum.
Yeah, but this is a deeper level.
Yeah.
It's a deeper level, right? As I said, this is the boundary of kind of how far I go into the death metal scene. Because there is a lot of melodic stuff that, like you heard it there, sort of towards the middle.
Yeah. The keys.
Yeah. And a lot of bands, I don't know, maybe if you're a death metal fan watching, this is too soft. But for me, this is kind of like, this is good. I like it.
I think it conveys those feelings. You know, it's about conveying without words. Obviously, we don't either of us really.
Inner angst.
It's something there. It's something that conveys a deeper feeling beyond the meaning of words. It's just an emotion communicated, and I think it's what's the best part of it.
Yeah. I've actually I've seen these guys live.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where?
Copenhagen. I was like on a Tuesday night.
Oh, those days of concerts. One can only dream
and I knew,
of.
I got pretty drunk from pre-gaming and went in, and it was a small crowd. It was a Tuesday night, and they're not the most popular band, but man, it was just like that.
Yeah.
They rocked it. People
loved it.
You're coming for that,
yeah,
you know.
exactly.
And they played long songs, and you kind of got into the rhythm, and there was it was a small crowd. There was a lot of drinking and a lot of getting back to the primordial womb.
Energies.
So to say. Yeah.
Nice.
So good. I love it. I think, who knows, but I know they've been, at least before COVID, they were touring quite a bit. So...
You know, the era, we'll have 2 eras in the world, before and after, hopefully,
after the COVID. But, and they have a new single that people would probably expect to play. That's called Suden Tunti.
Wow.
I think the original version is a lot longer than their sort of video, but I'm not going to play that. So it's in a sense, it's a sort of an unfair representation of the band because all 2/3 songs you've heard are from one album. But I want to go back to 2008, Suden Uni, whatever that means. And there's a song called Pakanajuhla, which means pagan's feast, that I quite like, and that's what we're gonna hear next. And some hero out on the internet has made a video that gives us the English translation as well. So now I have an understanding of
what is going on in the song,
of what's happening. So I should have mentioned before. Obviously, you've seen the sort of blood and all the stuff they wear. They're a sort of pagan metal or whatever, but they do go for this sort of pagan type theme. It's a main spirit of the band. So let's hear Pagan Feasts and hear what happens at a pagan feast. Good song. The wind.
Yeah, sweeps us away.
The wind, which
It's a-
obviously picks up into the next song,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like
Transition sound. It's funny, it made me think of something completely different while we were listening to this. A Spanish folk band called Mago de Oz, again featured previously on the channel, has also a song called Fiesta Pagana, which obviously...
Feast of the Pagans.
Pagan Feast, which is, I suppose, the translation of this song. And it is actually Mago de Oz's most popular, at least on Spotify, song by a lot. So it's interesting what this pagan feast would mean in the southern part of Europe, Spain, where Mago de Oz originally come from, and what this
a battle I smell.
It's interesting because obviously we have these folksy tones that both bands would pick on, and the tune, the original tune they would refer to, but also this kind of, what is the sentiment? I'm actually rather sure that the Mago version does not involve primal screams or anything of this sort.
Primal screams are great, though. I really like them.
I think it's wonderful. I think it expresses again this emotion, and maybe some of you guys, especially those of you from the north, from the up north regions, have experienced this, like climbing up on top of a mountain or being inside a forest or deep inside a cave where there's no one around but you, and then you can really scream and shout as much as your heart desires without anything but some random animals perhaps hearing you, or some, fir trees. And it's liberating, I think. It depends, obviously, if you come from a very populated city area, there's nowhere you can go out and try out your primal scream. But I think here in the Scandinavian lands, northern lands, there's a lot of nature still available for this purpose, if nothing else.
Yeah. I prefer my screams recorded that I can dial into. And,
well, go ahead.
yeah. And so Moonsorrow, they have a lot of stuff. Check them out. This maybe isn't the best representation of the band, but I think the majority of their songs are over 7 or 8 minutes. So trying to kind of
it's a good intro to the band. So thanks a lot for this. And obviously in the comments let us know if, first of all, you have seen Moonsorrow play live. Apparently they have been around quite some. And second of all, maybe you have some other recommendations for us that would fit this kind of interesting profile. Besides Ensiferum, whom we already discussed earlier on.
More Moonsorrow. That's what I want. It looks like, just looking at the Spotify, their latest release, this Sudin Tunti, was from 2016. So they're...
maybe in the works for something else, hopefully.
We'll see, because I know they're out and about. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. And
I definitely did. It's very fitting for this winter time in the Northern Hemisphere. So thanks for that. And in the meantime...
may your swords stay sharp.
And your quest end in glory.